But I'm going to put a challenge to you because, you know, you talked about land supply there, for example. What are you doing to encourage your industry to stop land banking and to actually get on with building in certain places?
Can I be very clear, and can I refer the committee to the CMA, Customer Markets Authority report, where in their investigation, land banking is not the issue with housing supply. And I think what I'd also look is that housing, whilst we know that housing is not being delivered at pace, we know it's top of the political agenda, and the UK government specifically is very focused on accelerating housing delivery. We need to reflect, to your point, Kevin, and I hear what you say on how we tell this story, because it's really important if we're to find the solution. And we need to, the reason given, and the reason that we hear, and to your point, is that slow progress on housing delivery is a repetitive narrative that we're hearing, and it's about sufficient land and the need to allocate more land, which we all agree in our industry is needed, but that the problem lies with the developers. And development is complex, there's many moving parts, and you'll know that, having been a housing minister. It's not being delivered at pace, and what concerns me is that, and your question really reiterates that, is that it is put on the developers. So if you look at some of the data that the Scottish Government used, so they used a figure that there were 164,000 houses with consent.
Yep.
We have analysed with government now, we've done it together, because we were very concerned about both what that was saying and the impact that could have on how government responds to this crisis. Only a third of those houses within those 10-year local development plans are actually consented and could be built. And we are now looking at that data, Kevin, because we've got to use data. We've got to be very clear before we do these generalisations on what is the data telling us. We're now looking at the 84,000 houses with consent and why they're not being built. And I can tell you now the complexities of this industry, a lot of that will be around utilities, infrastructure, roads. There's lots of different reasons. But there is not a problem with land banking, and I would refer you, I'm not going to go into the detail here because it would take too long. If you look at the CMA report, land supply is a problem. Land supply is a problem. It's pushing up house prices, and we need policy change to bring forward land supply in the existing local development plans whilst we work and look at what the housing need is through the Matlers and the Hondas for the next iteration, because if not, we're going to fall off a cliff.